Before the United States existed, before independence was declared, before a constitution was written, there was Philadelphia. Founded in 1682 by William Penn, Philadelphia was built on a bold idea: religious freedom, tolerance, peace. Penn envisioned a city where people of different beliefs could live together without persecution. He named it Philadelphia, from the Greek words for brotherly love. From the beginning, it was different. Wide streets, public squares, careful planning. It would grow into the largest and most important city in colonial America. By the mid-1700s, Philadelphia was thriving. Ships filled the Delaware River. Merchants traded goods from Europe and the Caribbean. Printers, thinkers, and political leaders gathered here. One of them was Benjamin Franklin. Franklin printed newspapers, founded libraries, organized fire departments, and helped establish what would become University of Pennsylvania. Philadelphia was not just growing, it was thinking. Then came revolution. In 1774, delegates from the American colonies gathered in Philadelphia. They met inside Independence Hall. This was the first Continental Congress. They debated their grievances against Great Britain. They were cautious, but they were united. 2 years later, in July of 1776, something extraordinary happened. Inside that same building, representatives approved a document that would change the world: the Declaration of Independence, written primarily by Thomas Jefferson. It declared that the colonies were no longer subject to British rule. Philadelphia became the birthplace of a nation. Outside, crowds gathered. The Liberty Bell rang. History shifted. The Revolutionary War was not easy. British forces occupied Philadelphia in 1777. Soldiers marched through its streets. Homes were seized. Fear spread. But the occupation did not last. The city endured. After independence was won, Philadelphia continued to lead. In 1787, delegates returned to Independence Hall. They faced a new challenge: how to govern a new nation. For months they debated fiercely. Compromise was necessary. And in September of 1787, the United States Constitution was signed. Philadelphia had now given birth not just to independence, but to American democracy itself. For 10 years, from 1790 to 1800, Philadelphia served as the capital of the United States. Presidents George Washington and John Adams lived and worked here. The federal government operated from its streets. Philadelphia was the heart of the young republic. The 20th century brought transformation. Industry rose. Factories lined the riverbanks. Railroads connected the city to the nation. Immigrants arrived from Ireland, Germany, and Italy. Neighborhoods formed. Cultures blended. The city expanded rapidly. Philadelphia became a manufacturing powerhouse. Textiles, steel, shipbuilding, innovation thrived. In 1876, the city hosted the Centennial International Exhibition, the first World's Fair in the United States. It celebrated 100 years of American independence. Millions attended. The nation looked to Philadelphia once again. But the city also faced division, racial tension, economic inequality, political corruption. Like many industrial cities, Philadelphia struggled with rapid growth. Yet it also produced change. It became home to powerful voices in the abolitionist movement. Frederick Douglass spoke here. Later, during the Civil Rights era, activism echoed through its neighborhoods. Philadelphia has always been a city where ideas are debated openly. The 20th century reshaped the city again. Heavy industry declined. Jobs disappeared. Urban neighborhoods faced hardship. Yet Philadelphia adapted. Its universities expanded. Medical institutions grew world-renowned. Technology and research took root. Cultural institutions flourished: the Philadelphia Museum of Art, the Kimball Center. Historic preservation projects restored landmarks. The city honored its past while rebuilding its future. In 1985, tragedy struck when conflict between police and a radical group led to the MOVE bombing. It left deep scars. Philadelphia was forced to confront painful questions about race, authority, and justice. The city learned hard lessons, and it continued forward. Today, Philadelphia stands as a living monument to American history. Visitors walk the cobblestone paths of Independence National Historical Park. They stand before the Liberty Bell. They enter Independence Hall. They trace the footsteps of the Founding Fathers. But Philadelphia is not frozen in time. It is alive, diverse, creative, resilient. It is home to major sports teams, thriving food culture, world-class healthcare, and neighborhoods rich with identity. Philadelphia remains a city of firsts: the first zoo in America, the first hospital, the first stock exchange, the first public library. It helped define what America could be: not perfect, not without struggle, but driven by the belief that people could govern themselves. From William Penn's dream of tolerance, to the signing of the Declaration of Independence, to the drafting of the Constitution, to modern reinvention, Philadelphia has stood at the center of the American story. It is called the birthplace of America, and for good reason, because within its walls a bold experiment in democracy began, and that experiment continues.